Hi everyone, welcome to Go Classes. In this lecture, we will continue our discussion of Boolean algebra. So this is Boolean algebra complete summary part 3. The next topic is Boolean functions and digital circuits. We have already seen what is a Boolean function, Boolean expression, or I can say switching expression, switching function. All these are same things. Now we will see the connection, the relationship between Boolean functions and digital circuits, or I can say logical circuits, logic circuits. So you can see each Boolean expression or each Boolean function corresponds directly to a circuit of logic gates. Okay, very simple. Remember, for every Boolean function, there is a logic gate circuit, and for every logic gate circuit, you can write a Boolean function. So this is the simple point. You can read it here. There is a direct correspondence between Boolean expressions and logic circuits. What is a logic circuit? Logic circuit means digital circuit using the logic gates. Okay, we have already seen the logic gates: and gate, or gate, nor gate, not gate, NAND gate, exclusive or, exclusive NOR gate. Okay, so you can see that there is a direct correspondence between Boolean expressions and logic circuits. Every logic circuit that you can construct will have a corresponding Boolean expression, and every Boolean expression you can, for every Boolean expression there is a equivalent logic circuit. Okay, so this is a very simple point. I hope you understood that for every Boolean expression you can create a circuit using the logic gates, and if you have a circuit with logic gates, then for that circuit with logic gates you can create a Boolean function. Consider the following expression: z equal to a or b and c. Now, this Boolean function, we can create a digital circuit using the logic gates, which will implement this Boolean function. So in this Boolean function, you can see basically we are doing the AND of these two entities. We have A or B and C. Okay, so you can see finally, if you notice, there is a AND gate here. And what the output of that AND gate? The output is Z. And what is this Z? This Z is basically the AND of one input is C, one input is C, and another input you can see that is A or B. Now, how to get A or B? That is very simple. You need OR gate. Okay, so what you will do? We will put a OR gate here, and that's it. You can see A or B. So you can easily see that this digital circuit, using the logic gates, we have created a digital circuit. Okay, so this digital circuit implements the Boolean expression Z. Okay, very simple. This is called implementation of a Boolean expression using the digital circuit. You can see this Z is the output of this digital circuit. So what we will say? We will say that this Z is implemented by this digital circuit, or I can say this Z is realized by this digital circuit. Okay, here you can easily see that these are the Boolean variables. The inputs are the Boolean variables. Okay, then we have this digital circuit using the logic gates, and this output, this is the Boolean function, or I can say Boolean expression that we are implementing using this digital circuit. Okay, so this is the Boolean function, or I can say Boolean expression. Okay, very simple. I hope you understood. So you can easily see here, for this expression, this digital circuit using the logic gates we can easily create. Okay, so we have already seen all the logic gates, all the standard logic gates. You can see this is the NOT gate inverter. Okay, so in the inverter, you can see if the input is A, then the output will be A bar. So here Z will be equal to A bar. This is the OR gate. If the input are A comma B, then the output will be A or B. This is the AND gate. If the input are A comma B, then the output will be A and B. Okay, let's solve this question. Write the Boolean expression corresponding to the following circuit. So for this circuit, what is the corresponding Boolean expression? Or I can say this circuit is implementing which Boolean function? So here you can easily see that first we have this AND gate here. So the output of the AND gate will be A and B. Okay, now you can see the input of this OR gate, there is OR gate here, and the input of this OR gate, one input is A and B, another input is C. So what will be this Z? This Z will be the OR of AB or C, because you can see one of the input is AB and another input is C. So Z will be A and B or C. Very simple. Next, you can see, write the Boolean expression corresponding to the following circuit. So here you can easily see that for this digital circuit using the logic gates, we need to find what the corresponding Boolean expression means. This digital circuit is implementing which Boolean expression, or I can say this logical circuit is implementing or is realizing which Boolean function. Okay, so you can easily notice there is a OR gate here. So the output of the OR gate, that will be A or B. And there is another OR gate here. The output of this OR gate, that will be C or D. Now, for this OR gate, the inputs are A or B. Another input is C or D. So here, this Z will be equal to A or B or C or D. Okay, so ultimately I can easily say that A or B or C or D, because we already know that OR operation is associative. Yes or no? So here you can directly say A or B or C or D. I hope you understood. Okay, now let's solve this question. The circuit given below implements the equation true or false. So this is the true or false question. The question is asking that this digital circuit that we have, this does it implement this equation or not? Here you can see, first of all, this bubble. If you see this bubble at the input or at the output of this AND gate, so here you can notice this bubble actually means C bar. Okay, remember, bubble indicates inverter, or I can say this bubble simply indicates not. Okay, negation, or I can say complement. Okay, so here remember, this bubble also indicates, this is a bubble. And when you have a bubble at the input or output of a logical gate, then remember that bubble will indicate not. Okay, very simple. Now here you can see we have this AND gate. One of the input is A bar. Okay, because of this we will say it is A bar. So you can see for this AND gate, the one input is A bar, another input is B. So here the output of this AND gate will be A bar B. A bar B. Okay, next you can see for this AND gate, one input is C bar. Okay, so because of this bubble, basically this becomes C bar. Okay, so the output of this AND gate, that will be, you can see, this another input is A. Remember, this input A is coming here, so it will be A C bar. Okay, next you can see for this AND gate there are three inputs A, B, C. So what we will do, we will do A and B and C. Very simple point. Now what will be this expression for X, for this output X? What will be the expression? That is OR gate. So we will do the OR of these three expressions. So we will write it A bar B or AC bar or ABC. Okay, is this clear? So you can see, yes, this is same as this A bar B, AC bar or ABC. So this statement is true. Very simple question. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. Refer to the following figure. If A equal to 0, B equal to 1, what will be the logic states at X, Y, Z? Let me tell you one thing here, that this bubble, basically this is inverter that you already know. Okay, and this is the exclusive NOR gate, XNOR gate. Okay, yes or no? Now let me tell you one thing, that these are not bubbles. Please understand that these are not bubbles. Okay, these are not bubbles. Is this clear? Similarly, these are not bubbles. These are not bubbles. Is this point clear? Okay, actually let me tell you, when you need to consider these things at bubble, whenever you have some logic gate, if I draw something like this, let's assume that I have this AND gate, and now if I draw at the input of this, okay, if I draw this bubble by touching to this gate, this logic gate, okay, by touching to this logic gate, if I draw this bubble, now this bubble will be considered as not. Okay, now this will be considered as not. Is this point clear? But remember, if I have something like this, now this is just an input. Please understand. Okay, this is just a way to represent the input. It's like, okay, it's just a notation here that I'm basically we are using that. Okay, these are the inputs. So remember, these are not, I can say these are not. Is this clear? I hope you understood. So here, this is the simple point I'm telling you, that whenever you have a logic gate, okay, for example, consider this logic gate. Now by touching to this logic gate, if I put a bubble here, okay, this bubble I am putting by touching to this logic gate. So here you can see this will be a bubble, and automatically this bubble will be considered as not operation. Okay, but remember, if I do something like this, that okay, and then here if I write like this, that okay, Z, then please understand that this is not a bubble. This is just a way of writing. This is not a bubble. Okay, this is just a way of drawing, I can say. This is not a bubble. I hope you understood. So very simple point. So let's come back to this question. The question is saying that A is 0, B is 1. Okay. A is 0, B is 1. Now the question is saying what are the logic states at output X, Y, Z. So let's focus on X. What are the inputs of X? This is a AND gate, and you can see one of the input is A, another input is B bar, because this is the NOT, so B bar. So here you can easily see that X is actually equal to A B bar. Okay, agree? Because you can see one of the input is A, and another input you can see that is B bar. So A B bar, this is X. Next, what about Y? Here you can see this is Y, but this is XNOR gate. Yes or no? Look at this gate. This is the XNOR gate. We know what is a XNOR gate. This is basically the complement of XOR gate. Yes or no? This XNOR gate is basically the complement of XOR gate. Very simple. So here you can see for this XNOR gate, what are the inputs? The inputs are A comma B. So remember, A XNOR B. This is your Y, or I can say this is basically A XOR B complement. Okay, very simple. Next, you can see for Z, this is the AND gate. And for this AND gate, what are the two inputs? One input is B. One of the input is B. And another input, if you notice, that is A bar. Okay, because there is an inverter here. So that is A bar. Okay, I hope you understood. Now you can easily solve A equal to 0, B equal to 1. So because A is 0 and B is 1, so that will be like 0 and 0, that will be 0. What will be Y? That is A XNOR B. Here you can see 0 XNOR 1, that will be 0. We already know. Okay, XNOR is 1 when A comma B both are same. Next you can see Z equal to B A bar. What is B? B is 1 and A is 0. So that will be 1 and 1, and that will be 1. Okay, very simple. So here the answer will be 0, 0, 1. Answer will be option C. Very simple. Let's solve this question from Philadelphia University. The logic circuit shown can be minimized to. These are the options A, B, C, D, and this logic circuit is given to us. So here, first of all, again, let me tell you that these are not bubbles. Okay. The bubbles, remember, when they touch the logic circuit, then they are considered as not. Okay. So here, this important point, let me tell you that you can see this bubble is touching this logic circuit. So this logic gate. Okay. So that is the reason. Remember, this bubble is not. Okay. This bubble we need to consider as not. Okay, but please understand that this is not a bubble. Okay, it is not a bubble, it is just a way of drawing, it is not a bubble. This is just a way of drawing. So you don't consider this as not. Okay, similarly, remember, this is not a bubble. Okay, very simple. Now let's see what the output of this logic circuit that is given to us. So here you can see this is the inverter, so the here we will get X bar. Next you can see this is the OR gate. This is the OR gate. Here you can see one of the input is Y bar, another input is X. And remember, this is actually not OR gate, this is NOR gate, because there is bubble here. So you can easily notice that this is a NOR gate. Okay, this gate, if you notice this is the NOR gate. Correct. So here you can see what will be the output. The output will be X. First you do OR, then you do NOT, because what is NOR? NOR is basically first you do OR, then you do NOT. Okay, this is the point. NOT of OR, I can say. This is the name is telling you NOR means NOT of OR. So here you can see one of the input is X, another input is Y bar. So first you do OR, then you do NOT. Okay, very simple. So this is the another input. Now again, this is also NOR. So finally, what is Z? Here we can easily see Z will be equal to X bar or X or Y bar whole bar whole bar. Okay, so this will be the Z. So remember, finally we have got this equation. Z will be equal to X bar or this X or Y bar whole bar. Okay, and then again whole bar. Okay, very simple. Now here you can apply the De Morgan law. We already know that alpha or beta whole bar, that will be equal to alpha bar beta bar. So using the De Morgan law, so you can apply that here. It will become X bar whole bar, and x or y bar whole bar whole bar. Okay, now we already know that alpha double complementation will be equal to alpha, so this will become x, and here we will get x or y bar. Now you can just multiply, you can apply the distributive property, you will get xx or xy bar. We already know that xx, that is equal to x, so here you will get x or xy bar. Now here you can apply the absorption law, and finally you will get x. Okay, very simple. Or you can think like this, that you can think that this is x dot 1 or xy bar. Now here you can take this x out. If you take this x out, then you will get x multiplied by x and 1 or y bar. What is 1 or y bar? That is equal to 1. Okay, we already know this. 1 or alpha, that is equal to 1. So finally you can see x and 1. What is alpha and 1? That is equal to alpha. So all these small points we already know. So here finally our output will be x. Okay, is this clear? So now what will be the final answer? So we have seen that this z is actually equal to, notice, this z is actually equal to x. Okay, so the answer will be what? This is x bar. So this is not the answer. Okay, the answer will be option D. Let me tell you, in this option D, what is this circuit? This is called buffer. This circuit is called buffer. Let me tell you, just see this. When you have this circuit, there is no bubble here. Now, if the input is A, the output also will be A. So remember, this is called buffer. This is the circuit. This circuit is called buffer. I hope you understood. And remember, what is the inverter? In the inverter, we have this bubble here. So if the input is A, the output will be A bar. But in the buffer, if the input is A, then the output will be A. So here you can see that because Z is equal to X, so you can see the correct answer will be D, because in this D also the output is X. But you can see in option C, what the output? In option C, the output, you can see this is a AND gate. So this is basically X bar Y. And in option B, what the output? This is a AND gate, and that is XY bar. So the final answer for this question will be option D. Very simple. Now you notice one thing, this circuit that you have, this is a big circuit, but actually we can just replace this circuit with this circuit. So remember, this big circuit we can replace using this small circuit, because anyway this circuit and this circuit, they are implementing the same Boolean function. The Boolean function implemented by this circuit is equal to x, and the Boolean function implemented by this circuit is also x. So that is the reason, remember, that is the reason this circuit and this circuit, they are equivalent. So we can replace this big circuit with this small circuit. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. For the following logic circuit, find D equal to FABC. Basically, we need to find this D. What is D? This is the function. This is the Boolean expression that is implemented by this digital circuit. Okay, and the inputs are ABC. So this D, this output is a function of inputs A, B, C. A, B, C. These are the Boolean variables, and D, this is the Boolean function that is implemented by this logic circuit. The question is saying express the output D in terms of input A, B, C, and simplify the Boolean expression. And after simplification of Boolean expression, you draw the circuit again. So very simple question this is. First of all, you can notice here, this is an inverter. So here this will become A bar. Okay, and what is the output of this AND gate? That will be A bar B. What is the output of this inverter? That will be C bar. Now you can see this is a NOR gate. Okay, this gate, if you look at, this is basically NOR gate, and here this is the OR gate, and here this is the AND gate. Okay, so what is the output of this NOR gate? This output here, let me write it. This will be, you can see A bar B or C bar whole bar. Very simple, because this is the NOR, means negation of OR. So first you do OR, then you do negation. Now here the output, what is that? That is, you can see the input is, one input is C bar, sorry, one input is C here, and another input is A here. So this is A or C. Now finally what will be D? D is basically AND of this and this. Okay, so finally I can say this A or C and A bar B or C bar whole bar. Okay, very simple. Now you can apply the De Morgan law. We already know by the De Morgan law that alpha or beta whole bar, that is equal to alpha bar beta bar. You can apply this De Morgan law here. So A or C and if we apply the De Morgan law here, it will become A bar B whole bar, or sorry, and remember, A bar B whole bar and C double bar. Now you know that C double bar, that is equal to C. So here we will get A or C, and this will become C, remember. And here again you can apply the De Morgan law. So we will basically get A or B bar. This is what we are going to get here, A or B bar, and there is a C here. Okay, very simple. Now let's see further. If you simplify this, D is equal to A or C, and inside we can multiply this, so it will become AC or B bar C. It will become AC or B bar C. Now again we can further multiply this A with AC, this A with B bar C. So we will basically get like AAC. Remember, AAC will become AC, that you already know. So remember, this will become basically AC, and this will become A B bar C. This will become ACC, that will simply become AC, or this will become B bar CC, so that simply I can write B bar C. Okay, now here you can see this is AC or AC, that will be AC. You know, alpha or alpha, that is equal to alpha, we already know. So here this basically will become AC or AC B bar or B bar C. Now remember, here you can apply the absorption law, because we know that alpha or alpha beta, that is equal to alpha. So here you can see this AC is the alpha, remember. So this is alpha beta. So alpha or alpha beta, that is equal to alpha. So we will get AC or B bar C. Okay, this is the simple, I can say, simplified expression. Either you can either you can stop here, or you can take C out, and you can make it like this. Okay, so remember, both are correct, both are fine. So very simple. Now after simplification, you can draw the circuit also. Now you can see, for this expression, if I draw the circuit, what I need? I need AND gate first of all. For this AND gate, the input will be A comma C. These will be the inputs. I need another AND gate. For this AND gate, the input will be, one input will be C, another input will be B bar. Another input is going to be B bar. And finally, we need OR gate here. That will be our answer. Okay, yes or no? Then we will get AC or B bar C. Very simple. Now similarly, for for this expression also, you can draw the logic circuit if you want. So how the logic circuit will look like? Very simple. We need OR gate first to do A or B bar. So remember, we need a OR gate. The one input will be A, another input will be B bar. And then you can notice, then we need a AND gate. Okay, and one of the another input of AND gate will be C. So you can see here we got C and A or B bar. Okay, so that's it. I hope you understood. So this was our question. We have done it. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. Draw the logic circuit diagram for the Boolean expression that is given to us. So first, what we can do, we can simplify this Boolean expression actually. Let me tell you, without simplification, if you directly draw the logic circuit, that also you can do. The question is saying that draw the logic circuit diagram for this Boolean expression. So you can draw the circuit without simplification, that is fine. Here you can easily notice, first of all, we have here, this is the NOR. What is this A or B bar? This is the NOR. Okay, so first we need this NOR here. So let me draw the NOR here like this. This is the NOR. One of the input is A, and another input is B. Okay, so these are the two inputs of this NOR gate. Very simple. Next, you can see another, we need this AND. Yes or no? Okay, this AND we need. But remember, this AND has one of the input is A bar. Okay, so you can basically think like this, that okay, one of the input is A bar and another input is C or B. Okay, another input is basically C or B. It will be like this. We need OR gate here. Okay, so one input is B, another input will be C. Okay, yes or no? So that's it. Now finally you can see we need a OR gate. We need a OR gate here. And that will be our answer Q. Very simple. I hope you understood. Okay, this is easy to understand. Next, or what you can do, you can simplify this. Okay, so this Q is given to you, that is A or B whole bar, or A bar, B or C. Now, you can apply the De Morgan law here, it will become A bar, B bar, or here you can just apply the distributive property, you can basically multiply, it will become A bar B or A bar C. Now, notice one thing, that can we do something? Yes, here we can take A bar out. Okay, you can take A bar out, inside you will get B bar or B. This is what you are going to get, or A bar C. Now, what is B bar or B? That will be equal to 1. What is A bar and 1? That will be A bar. So we will get A bar and A bar or A bar C. Now, here you can apply the absorption property and you will get A bar, because we already know that alpha or alpha beta, that will be equal to alpha. So here A bar is alpha. So remember, A bar is the alpha. So A bar or A bar C equal to A bar. So this is Q. Now you can easily implement this Q. Okay, so the circuit diagram will become what? Very simple. This will be the circuit diagram. Q will be equal to A bar. Input will be A. Okay, so that's it. So remember one thing, this big circuit, if you notice, this big circuit is actually equivalent to this small circuit. Okay, this cute and small circuit, this is actually equivalent to this big circuit. So if you have this big circuit, you can replace this big circuit with this small circuit. This is the benefit of simplification. This is why we do the simplification, because this big digital circuit we can replace with a small circuit. So the cost will be less. Okay, if you create this digital circuit, then the cost will be high. You need to purchase many logic gates. You need NOR gate, you need OR gate, you need AND gate, you need inverter, you need OR gate. Okay, but to implement this digital circuit, okay, the cost will be very less. Only one inverter you need. So this is the benefit of simplification, so that we can simplify the logic circuit. Very simple. Let's solve this question. Compute the truth tables and name the single logic gate that could replace this circuit. Very simple question. So let's solve it. Here you can see, first of all, we have NAND gate here. This gate is our NAND gate. First we do AND first, then we do negation. Okay, yes or no? So here the output will be what? That will be, first we are doing AND, A and B, then we are doing negation. This is the output. Next you can see, for this NAND gate, this is also our NAND gate. For this NAND gate, both inputs, notice one thing, both the inputs are AB bar. This is also AB bar. This is also AB bar. Both the inputs are AB bar. Okay, so for this NAND gate, what will be the output? So this X will be equal to what? You can see X will be equal to AB bar and AB bar whole bar. First you will do AND, then you will do negation. Very simple. So here you can see, what is alpha and alpha? That is same as alpha. That we already know. So I can simply write it AB bar whole bar. Okay, what is AB bar whole bar? That is simply AB. So remember, the answer will be AB. Now you can easily create the truth table. The truth table of AND gate, basically you need to create. So remember, the truth table will be like this. This is the truth table, and single logic gate that will implement this function X, that is your AND gate. Okay, so you can just draw the AND gate, that will be the answer here. Like this, you can draw A, B, and this is your X. X is equal to AB. Very simple question. Let's move on. Let's solve this question. This circuit, we need to create the truth table. Also, we need to find a single logic gate which will implement this expression X. Okay, so here again we have a NAND gate here. First of all, here also we have a NAND gate, and here also we have a NAND gate. So for this NAND gate, both the inputs are AA. So it will be A and A bar, and that will be simply A bar. For this NAND gate, both the inputs are B. Both the inputs are B. So the output will be, first you do AND, then you do negation. So that basically means B bar. Now you can see, for this NAND gate, one input is A bar, another input is B bar. So first we will do AND, then we will do negation. Now, what is this? Here you can easily see that X is equal to A bar, B bar, whole bar. You can apply the De Morgan law and you will get A or B. So this is basically OR operation. The truth table you can easily create, and the single logic gate that will implement X, that will be equal to OR. So just create the OR gate. Very simple. x will be equal to a or b. Let's solve this question. This is an interesting question. We have this statement x equal to 1 if this happens or this happens, and we need to create a logic circuit that will implement the expression x. We need to implement this boolean function x, and this is already given to you that x is equal to 1 if this happens or this happens. First of all, we need to convert this statement into a equation, into expression, correct? And that is very simple. If you remember, in the previous lectures also we have seen this type of questions, this type of thing, when we were writing the equation expression for exclusive or, when we were writing the expression for exclusive nor, if you remember. So here also you can see x is equal to 1 if x is equal to 1 if either this happens or this happens. Now it's very simple. So I can simply say x equal to 1, you can simply write it x. Okay, you can simply write it x. Now is equal to, this is the or, okay, this is the or, so I can write or here. Now notice one thing, a equal to 1, you can simply write a, and that is and, b equal to 1, simply you can write b. Okay, look at here, c equal to 1, you can simply write c, there is and here. Now look at this, b equal to not 1. What is not 1? Not 1 means 0. Not 1 is same as 0. And what is b equal to 0? You can write as b bar. Okay, so remember, b equal to 1 you can write as b, b equal to 0 you can write as b bar. So here you can see c equal to 1, we are directly writing c, but b equal to 0 you are writing as b bar. Very simple. So remember, it's like this. From the statement, when you write a expression, then it is very simple. If you see this y equal to 0, then you can simply write it y bar. And if you see this y equal to 1, you can simply write it y. Okay, so this is the idea. Now we got this expression, x is equal to ab or b bar c. Now you can do the implementation. Okay, so remember, that's it. This is the work that we need to do, that x is equal to ab or b bar c. So here basically finally we need a OR gate here. The output will be x, and you can see we need a AND gate that will give us AB. Okay, that will give us AB. Next you can see we need another AND gate. We need another AND gate, and you can see this C will be the input, and this B inverter we need to put. That's it. So this will be the implementation. I hope you understood. Very simple. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. The question is asking these two circuits, are they equal or not? True or false question it is. So the two circuits are equal. This is the statement. Now we need to find, is it true statement or is it false statement? So let's see what this circuit is implementing, means what the output of this circuit. What this circuit is realizing means what the output of this circuit. We need to find the output here, Boolean expression at the output here, and we also need to find the Boolean expression at the output here, and then we need to check this Boolean expression at the output and this Boolean expression at the output, are they equal, are they equivalent or not. Okay, so let's find out what is this output. Let me call it y. What is this output? Let me call it z. So tell me what is y here. You can easily see this is the AND gate, and this bubble simply means not. This bubble simply means not. So remember, for this AND gate, one of the input is a bar, another input is b, so it will be like a bar b. Or because this is the OR gate, very simple, here we have this OR gate here. So or this another AND gate, we have one of the input is c bar because this bubble means not, and another input is b, so it will be like b c bar. Okay, so this is y. I hope you understood. Now let's see what is z. Here you can see, for this NAND gate, there is NAND gate here. One of the input is a bar. So remember, one of the input is a bar, another input is b. So first we will do the AND. So a bar b, then we will do the negation. Okay. Next you can see, so here this is what we got. Please understand that here we got a bar b whole bar. This is what we got. Next, let's find out what this will become. So this will become, one of the input is b, another input is a c bar. So it will, first we will do AND, then we will do NOT. So it will be b c bar whole bar. Okay. Now remember, again we will do the AND first, and then we will do the negation. So it will be like b c bar whole bar and then whole bar. So this is the z. Now let's simplify this z. We can apply the De Morgan law. So if you apply the De Morgan law, remember we already know that alpha beta whole bar that is equal to alpha bar or beta bar. So you can apply that here. It will become a bar b whole bar or b c bar whole bar. Okay, so here you can easily see it will become a bar b, it will become b c bar. A bar b or b c bar, this is same as y. So here you can see that y is same as z. So that is the reason the answer is true. Yes, these two circuits, these are equivalent, or I can say equal. Okay, very simple. Let's study the next topic, that is simplification of Boolean functions using the Boolean algebra rules. Let's solve this question. A b bar d or a b bar d bar. We need to simplify this Boolean expression using the Boolean algebra rules that we have seen in the previous lecture. In the previous lecture, we have seen what are the Boolean algebra identities, theorems, rules, laws. Okay, we need to use them, and we need to simplify this Boolean expression. So let's do it. Here you can clearly see that we can take this AB bar common. This AB bar we can take out. Correct. So I can take this AB bar out. Inside what you will get? You will get D or D bar. Now we know that alpha or alpha bar that is equal to 1. Very simple. So here you will get A B bar. Inside you will get 1. Now we also know that alpha and 1 that is same as alpha. So finally you will get A B bar. That's it. This will be our answer. Very simple. Let's simplify this expression, A or B and A or C. Here you can just simply apply the distributive property, or you can basically multiply. So basically you can see this A with C, also B with A, B with A, B with C. Okay, so here you will basically get AA or AC or AB or BC. This is what we are going to get. Now remember, what is A? That is same as A, means alpha and alpha. That is same as alpha. So here you will get A or AC or AB or BC. Now notice one thing here. Here you can apply the absorption law. We already know that alpha or alpha beta that is same as alpha using the absorption law. So here this A or AC, this will become A, then A or AB that will become A. So, or what you can do, you can take this A out. You can think like this, that A is equal to A dot 1. Yes or no? A, you can think like this, that A is equal to A and 1. So what I can do, remember, this A I can rewrite as A and 1. Now you can take A out, and inside you will get A or C or 1 or C or B. Now, 1 or anything, we already know 1 or anything that will be equal to 1. So ultimately this will become 1. And what is alpha and 1? That will be same as alpha. So finally here you will get A, and already we have or BC. So finally we will get A or BC. This will be the final answer. Okay, very simple, right? Let's move on. Let's simplify this expression. Here also we can just multiply A bar A bar B, B A, B B. So here you will get A bar A or A bar B or B A or B B. Now very simple point, that B B simply means B, A bar that simply means 0. So finally you got that we have A bar B or A B or B. Now we can apply the absorption law here. Okay, you can see this using the absorption law, this will become simply B, because we already know that alpha or alpha beta is same as alpha. This is the absorption law. So here you can notice that we have B here, here also B, here also B. So finally it will become B. The answer will be B. Let's simplify this expression, AC bar or ABC bar. Here again what we can do, we can take this out. AC bar we can take it out. If we take this AC bar out, then we will get 1 or B. Because remember, this AC bar I can write like this, AC bar and 1, like this. So if I take this AC bar out, then inside I will get 1 or B. 1 or B that is same as 1. So I will get AC bar and 1. And alpha and 1 that is same as alpha. So finally I will get AC bar. Very simple. Okay. Let's solve this question. Simplify the following expressions using the Boolean algebra. What is A or A bar? That will be same as A. We know that A or A bar that will be 1. We know that A and A bar will be 0. So A or A bar that will be equal to 1. Let's see what about this B. You can just apply the distributive property. It will become A bar or AB. We know what is A bar, that is 0. So 0 or alpha, that will be same as alpha. So here finally you will get AB. This is the answer for option B. What about option C? You can just multiply them and you will get A bar, because A bar and A bar, that will be A bar, or A bar B, or A bar B bar, A bar B bar, or B bar B, that will be 0. Okay, yes or no? You already know B bar B, that will be 0. Here you can apply the absorption law, because you can notice we have A bar here, focus here, that we have A bar here, that same A bar here, that same A bar here. So you can apply the absorption law, the final answer will be A bar. Let's see option D. For option D, you can see A bar or A bar B, you can apply the absorption law, and this will simply become A bar. Let's see option E. For option E, you can see you can apply the De Morgan law here. So remember, it will become A bar, and inside what you will get, you can apply the De Morgan law, so that will become A bar or B bar or C bar or D bar. Now you can just apply the distributive property, you can multiply inside, so you will basically get A bar or A bar B bar or A bar C bar or A bar D bar. Okay, and finally you will get A bar. You can apply the absorption property, because notice one thing here, that you have A bar, here also A bar, here also A bar, here also A bar. Finally you will get A bar using the absorption property. Very simple. Okay, let's solve this question. Simplify the Boolean expressions using Boolean algebra. Here you can see A or B bar. We know that OR operation is associative, so I can simply write it A or B bar. Now what is B or B bar? That is equal to 1. So it will be A or 1. What is A or 1? That will be equal to 1. Let's solve this question. Double A, that is equal to A. So it will become A. Or remember, here I can take this B out. If I take this B out, inside I will get C or C bar. C or C bar equal to 1. B and 1 equal to B. So finally I will get A or B. This will be the answer. Now let's see this one. A bar or C or AB. Here you can notice that we have this property. If you remember, I told you there is an important property, that is alpha or alpha bar beta. Here you can remove this alpha, and here you will get alpha or beta. The same thing is happening here. So this is alpha, and here you have alpha bar. Yes or no? You can notice alpha or alpha bar beta. So alpha is A bar, and here you have alpha bar. So here basically you can remove this, and finally I will get C or A bar or B. This will be the simplified expression. Very simple. Let's see the next. That is option D. You can multiply inside. I will get A bar B or A bar AC. Now you already know what is A bar A. That will be 0. 0 and C, that will be 0. So finally I will get A bar B. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. Simplify the following expression. Q is equal to B, C and C bar or D, or CD or C or A bar. So let's solve it. Very simple. This is Q equal to, you can multiply this inside. So actually you will get B, C, C bar, or B, C, D, or CD, or C, or A bar. Now notice this will become 0, because C, C bar, that will be 0, 0, and B, that will be 0. So here this is going to become 0. Now notice one thing. Look at this. Here you can apply the absorption property, right? Here if I apply the absorption property, it will become C. Already there is A bar. Correct? Yes or no? So very simple. Because here actually you can apply the absorption property. You have C here, you have C here, you have C here. So using the absorption property, this finally it will become C, and there is A bar here, C or A bar. So did you notice one thing? Absorption property is very helpful, right? Almost in every question, absorption property we are using. That is alpha or alpha beta, that is equal to alpha. So remember, you can have something like this, alpha or alpha beta or alpha gamma, okay, anything, that will be alpha. So absorption property is very useful. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. The simplification of Boolean expression. This Boolean expression is given to us. We need to simplify this. So look at this Boolean expression. Let's call it Q. So that is basically A bar B C bar. We have this expression A bar B C bar whole bar, or A B bar C whole bar. So here you can apply the De Morgan law. We already know the De Morgan law, that alpha, beta, gamma negation, that will be equal to alpha negation or beta negation or gamma negation. So you can apply the De Morgan law here. So you can notice, if you apply the De Morgan law here, then you will basically get A double negation or B negation or C double negation. Correct? Okay. Or now if you apply the De Morgan law here, what you will get? You will get A negation or B double negation or C negation. Correct? Very simple. Because you know that alpha, beta, gamma, whole bar, that will be alpha bar or beta bar or gamma bar. So here, double negation, we already know that A double negation, that is same as A. So this will basically become A or B bar or C. There is or A bar or B or C bar. Okay. Now this is actually very simple. It's just or. We are just doing the or here. So I can simply write it like this, that A or B bar or C or A bar or B or C bar. And ultimately, if you notice this A or A bar, this itself will become 1. 1 or anything, that will be same as 1. So finally we got 1. Okay, the final answer for this question will be option B. Very simple. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. We need to reduce or simplify this logical circuit to a minimum form, and we will draw the simplified circuit. This is the question. So first you find out what this circuit is implementing, means the output of this circuit. You find the Boolean expression for the output of this logic circuit. That is the function that is implemented or realized by this logic circuit. So here you can easily see that we have AND gate here. First of all, remember, this is not a bubble. Okay, I am telling you here, you can see this is just a way of drawing. This is not a bubble. I told you one thing, that when you have a bubble that is touching the logic circuit, then you consider that as a bubble. Okay, but here you can see this is not touching the logic circuit. So this is just a way of drawing. This is not a bubble. Don't consider this as a bar. This is just a way of drawing. I already told you that when the bubble is touching the logic circuit, logic gate, then you consider that as a bubble, and you can consider that as a not operation. Okay. Now let's see. For this AND gate, the output is what? One of the input is A and another input is B, you can see. So for this AND gate, the output is actually AB. Let's see what the output of this second AND gate. For this second AND gate, what is the output? So you can see for this second AND gate, one of the input is A. You can see like this. One of the input is A. And another input, if you notice, that is, look, for this second AND gate, the another input is actually B or C. Yes or no? Because this is B or C. So you can see the another input is B or C. Okay, clear? B or C. Now let's see what about the third AND gate. For this third AND gate, one of the input is B. You can see it is going like this. Okay, notice one of the input is B. So this B is one of the input, and another input, that is a B or C. Very simple. And finally we have this OR gate here. So what will be the final answer? Q. You can see this Q will be equal to, you just do the OR of all these. That will be AB or A, B or C, or B, B or C. Okay. Now let's see here. You will get AB or AC or BB or BC. Now remember, what is BB? That is same as B. So here I can write B. Now remember, this B I have here, this B I have here, here also, here also. So I can apply the absorption rule, and that will become B or AC. That's it. Okay. Because we are applying the absorption rule. So B or BC, that will become B. B or AB, that will become B. B or AB, that will become B. So finally B or AC. This is the simplified expression. Now you can draw the circuit also. So we have B or AC. This is the simplified expression that we got. Now if you want to draw the circuit, the question is saying that draw the simplified circuit. So yes, I can draw the simplified circuit. I have this AND gate. Two inputs are A, C. Now I need this OR gate, and the, yes, that's it. Okay, so I will get this B or AC. This is the final answer. I hope you understood. Let's solve this question using Boolean algebra techniques. Simplify as much as possible. So let's see this option A first. That is A and A or B. So you can just multiply inside. You will get AA or AB. What is A? That is same as A. So A or AB, you can apply the absorption rule and finally you will get A. Let's solve the question number B. That will be A bar, that will be 0, and AAB, that will be same as AB. Yes or no? So remember, in option B, it will be something like this, A bar or AAB. Now you know that A bar, that is 0, A, that is A. So finally 0 or AB, that is equal to AB. Let's see option C. For option C, you can take C out. If I take C out, I will get B or B bar inside. What is B or B bar? That is 1. C and 1, that is equal to C. So this is the option C. Now let's see option D. That is, just multiply inside A, that will be same as A bar, A bar B, that will be 0. So finally you will get A. Let's see option E. That is A B bar C or A bar B C or A bar B bar C. Notice one thing. Here I have A bar C. I can take A bar C out. Okay, so it will be like this. A B bar C here. Here I can take A bar C out. Inside what I will get? I will get B or B bar. Now B or B bar, that will become 1. So finally here I will get A B bar C or A bar C. Again what I can do? I can take this C out. If I take this C out, I will get A bar or AB. If you remember here, I told you this rule, I told you that A bar or AB, you can remove this A. So finally the expression that you will get, that will be C. Inside you will get A bar or B. Okay, very simple. So remember, for this E, the answer is actually, that is C, and inside you are getting A bar or B. This is the answer for option E. I hope you understood. Let's see some more practice questions in Boolean algebra. In the circuit below, which logic function does this circuit generate? So this is a very simple question from the Philadelphia University. We need to find out what the output here for this logic circuit, what is the output. So you can see there is NOR gate here, there is NOR gate here. Correct? Here we have this NOR gate. First we are doing OR, then we are doing NOT. So this is also NOR gate. Now, for this NOR gate, both the inputs are A. So it will be actually A or A whole bar, and that will be simply A bar. Here, this will be B bar. Okay, and finally here what you will get? Y equal to, this is a NAND gate. First we are doing and then we are doing NOT. Yes or no? So it will be like this, A bar, B bar, whole bar, and that will be simply A or B. Okay, so remember, Y is equal to A or B. So please understand that the output Y, that is equal to A or B. So this circuit is actually implementing the OR operation. The answer will be option A. Very simple. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. The dual of Boolean function X or YZ. What the dual? We have already seen in the previous lecture that if you have a function which has variables like A bar, this type of variables are there, which has 0, 1, which has and, which has or. So if these things are there, then remember how to convert this function to dual, F dual. That is very simple. You don't change the literals. Okay, keep the variables, keep the literals as it is. 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0, and will become or will become and. Okay, so remember, these are the changes. 0 will become 1, 1 will become 0, and will become or will become and. But the literals, the variables, the complement, these things will remain unchanged. Okay, so the same concept you can apply here. We have this function f equal to x or yz. So how to find f dual? That is very simple. It is like this, correct? This is your function f. Now this or will become and, x will remain as it is, this and will become or, y comma z will remain as it is. So the final answer will be x and y or z. Option B. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. Apply the De Morgan law to this expression. Then what are we getting? Here you can see we have this expression. Let me call it Q. And that is x or y whole bar or z bar whole bar. Correct? Now, using the De Morgan law, we already know that alpha or beta whole bar, that is basically equal to alpha bar beta bar. So here what we are going to do, this will become x or y bar whole bar, and this or will become and. Okay, so it will be z bar again bar. Okay, yes or no? Very simple. Now you can see what is alpha double negation, that will be same as alpha. So finally we are getting x or y here, and z, and z. Okay, so that's it, this is the answer, x or y and z. The answer will be option A. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. Refer the following figure. If S1 equal to 1, S2 equal to 0, what will be the logic state at the output X? The question is saying that S1 is 1. This is already given to us. And S2 is 0. Then the question is asking the what the output X. Remember, this is not a bubble. I told you that when this bubble, this is just a way of drawing. This is not a bubble. Okay, when the bubble is touching the logic gate, then you consider that as a bubble. For example, yes, this is a bubble. Okay, also notice this is not a bubble. Okay, this is just a way of drawing, this is not a bubble. Again, I'm telling you, when the bubble is touching the logic gate, then you consider that as a bubble or as a knot. Okay, other than that, these are just way of drawing. Similarly, this is just a way of drawing, this is not a bubble. Okay, not a bubble. I hope you understood. Now let's see here. So you can see, let's see what is the output of this first NAND gate. Already the question is saying that S1 is 1, S2 is 0. If S2 is 0, then you can see here you will get 1. If S2 is 0, then this is 1. Now you can see for the first AND gate, what is the output for the first AND gate? You can see for the first NAND gate, this is the NAND gate. For the first NAND gate, one input is A, another input is 1, and another input is 0. Okay, S1 bar is 0, S2 bar is 1. So remember here, basically, let me write here that the first NAND gate, for the first NAND gate, the output is actually first NAND gate output. What is that? That is basically A and 1 and 0 whole bar. Okay, because remember, these are the inputs. S2 bar, that is 1, S1 bar, that is 0, and another input is A. So first you will do AND, then you will do negation. So what it will become? Inside it will become 0. 0 and anything that is 0. 0 complement is equal to 1. Okay, so remember, this is 1. Now let's see what about the second NAND gate. Second NAND gate output. What is that? Here you can see in the second NAND gate, one input is actually B, and another input is S2, and another input is S1 bar. Correct? See, S2 is going as it is, and the third input you can see that is actually S1 bar. S1 bar is 0. Okay, so one input is 0, another input is S2, that is 0, and another input is B. Then you will do and then you will do negation. So that actually will become 0 bar, that will become 1. Okay, so again here you can see that here also 1. What about the third NAND gate? Tell me, what can you say about the third NAND gate? Third NAND output. Here you can see for the third NAND gate, one input is C, another input you can see that is S2 bar, and another input is S1 as it is. Okay, so S1 as it is, S2 bar, that will be 1, and another is C whole bar, that will be actually equal to C bar. So remember, finally this is actually C bar. And what about this last NAND gate? One input is D, another input is S1 as it is, another input is S2 as it is. So actually it is D dot 1 dot 0 negation, and that will be basically 1. So finally, what is X? X is actually equal to 1 and C bar and 1 whole negation, and that will be C double bar, and that will be C. So finally the X is equal to C. The answer will be option C. I hope you understood. Very simple question. Let's solve this question from the Philadelphia University. Simplify the Boolean expression using the Boolean algebra. This Boolean expression is given to us. So first of all, look at this. We have AB here, and inside what we have? We have C or BD whole bar. What you can write? You can apply the De Morgan law. It will actually become B bar or D bar. Okay. Or you can see, or this AB bar, AB whole bar, I can write it A bar or B bar. Correct? So actually it is like this. Okay, you can see we have AB, this bracket. Okay, we have this or this. Yeah, okay. This is the given. Okay, because if you look at the bracket, then actually AB is with this. Notice one thing. AB and this or this whole thing. Okay, yeah, that is correct now. Now you can see the final here I will write CD. Okay, this is the given expression. So please take care of the parenthesis. If you notice one thing here, look at the parenthesis. For this parenthesis, this is the closing parenthesis. Sorry. For this is the closing parenthesis. For this is the closing parenthesis. Okay, notice this parenthesis, you notice, please notice these two and also these two. Okay, so that you should take care. Now, finally, what we will get here, you can see I will get ABC or AB B bar. We know what is AB B bar. See, we will get ABC. We will get AB B bar, that will be 0. Or we will get AB D bar. Or we are getting A bar or B bar. Okay, inside this is what you are getting. And outside there is CD. Now, notice one thing. Already we have A bar here. Please focus. A bar is here also. So, because here we have A bar, so here I can remove this A bar. If you remember, I told you this property that if you have A or A bar B, then you can remove this A bar and it will be A or B. So the same thing, if I have A bar or AB, then I can remove this A and I can write it A bar or B. So this is what we can do here. Because of this A bar and there is A here. Because of this A bar and there is A here. So this A I can remove. So actually I will get BC or BD bar. BC or BD bar or A bar or B bar. Okay, and remember outside I have CD here. Okay, now you can actually further simplify here. What further simplify you can do, because there is B bar here and there is B here. So this B also you can remove. So finally you will get actually outside there is CD. There is CD outside, and inside actually you will get C, or this B also you can remove. Okay, so inside you will get D bar or A bar or B bar. This is what you are going to get. Now if you do, you know that this will become CD or CD D bar, that will become 0. Okay, so it will become CD or CD A bar or CD B bar. Okay, so this will be the simplified expression. So let me tell you that final answer actually, if you notice, the Q will be equal to CD, and inside I can say it will be, remember here you can apply the absorption law, CD or CD A bar, that will be simply become CD. Okay, so it will basically become CD. Okay, see this expression we got, notice one thing, we got this expression CD or CD A bar or CD D bar. Now here you can apply, this is the alpha, this is CD, this is CD. You can apply the absorption rule and finally you will get CD. This is the final answer. Q equal to CD. I hope you understood. Let's solve this question. Prove that this Boolean equation is true using the algebraic manipulation. Means using the Boolean algebra laws, theorems, rules, we need to prove that this Boolean equation is actually valid. So this is actually very simple question. Here you can notice we have A bar B or B bar C bar or AB or B bar C. Notice just in this A bar B, in this AB, I can take this B out. Inside what I will get? I will get A bar or A. Also you notice one thing. In this B bar, C bar, B bar C, I can take this B bar out. Inside I will get C bar or C. So finally what we got? A bar or A, that will be 1. C bar or C, that will be 1. So I will get B or B bar and that will be 1. So 1 equal to 1. This is the proof. So we have proved it. Very simple. Okay. Let's solve this question. Prove that this Boolean equation is valid using the Boolean algebra rules. So very simple. Let's simplify this RHS. In this RHS, you can see we have x bar, x bar, y. I can take x bar out. If I take x bar out, I will get y bar or y or xy. What is y bar or y? That will be 1. So I will get x bar or xy. Now here you can apply that rule. I told you one rule, that was alpha or alpha bar beta. You can simply remove this alpha bar and it will become alpha or beta. So the same thing you can do here. This is our alpha and here we have x. So this x you can simply remove and you will get x bar or y. This is the LHS. This is the LHS. So hence proved. So we have proved it. Very simple. Let's solve this question. Using Boolean algebra techniques, simplify the following expressions as much as possible. So let's see this option A. We have A, B bar. Notice one thing. Here we have A, B bar. Here also we have A, B bar. Here also we have A, B bar. We can apply the absorption rule. So using the absorption law, what it will become? It will become A, B bar. This will be gone. This will be gone. Or only this will remain A, B, C bar. Now what you can do? You can take this A out. If you take this A out, inside you will get B bar or BC bar. Now here you can see we have B bar, or here we have B bar, here we have BC bar. So this B you can remove. So finally you can get, it will become AB bar or AC bar. Okay, AB bar or AC bar. This will be the final answer. Now let's see option B. For option B, you can see B or B bar, that is 1. 1 and alpha, that will be equal to alpha. So very simple, only this is remaining, BC or BCD bar. Now here you can notice we have BC here, BC here. You can apply the absorption rule. This will become BC, very simple. So that's it. This is option B. Now let's see option C. Option C, we have BCDE, BCDE or BCDE whole bar or BC whole bar DE. Okay. First of all, look at this. Here you can take BC out. Correct? Just take BC out. Okay, because BCD or BCD whole bar, just take BC out. If you take BC out, what you will get inside? You will get D or D whole bar. Now notice, this is alpha. Alpha or alpha bar, that will be equal to 1. Alpha or alpha bar, that is going to be 1, right? So overall, this whole thing will become 1. Okay, already we have here BC whole bar DE. Okay, so finally remember, we got BC here or BC bar DE. Now here again you notice one thing, that it is alpha. So this is alpha bar. Okay, alpha or alpha bar beta, what is that? Tell me what that will be, because BC is alpha. So this is alpha bar beta. Alpha or alpha bar beta, you can remove this alpha bar here. Ultimately you will get alpha or beta. So that's it. Your answer will be BC or DE. This is the final answer. Now let's see option D. Option D has B bar, C bar, D. So let me write it here. Option D, that is B bar, C bar, D, or remember here we have, see here we can apply the De Morgan law. It will become B bar, C bar, D bar. Correct? It will become B bar, C bar, D bar, or we have B bar, C bar, D bar, E. Now notice one thing. Look at this. Consider this as alpha. So this is also alpha. You can apply the absorption rule. If you apply the absorption rule, then it will simply become alpha. So it will become B bar, C bar, D, or B bar, C bar, D bar. Now you can take this B bar, C bar out. So B bar, C bar you can take out. Inside you will get D or D bar. And that will simply become 1. So finally your answer will be B bar, C bar. I hope you understood. Let's see the next topic, that is, why do we simplify a Boolean function? You might be thinking. So let me tell you the answer. Because when you simplify a Boolean function, when you simplify the Boolean expression, when you reduce the Boolean expression in a minimal form, then if you implement the digital circuit using the logic gates, then the digital circuit will be small. So the cost will be small, the circuit will be small. Okay, so very simple. Remember, simplifying an expression leads to simplifying the corresponding logical circuit. So this is the reason we simplify a Boolean function. I told you many times, I told you that we have a big circuit, big We have a big digital circuit that we can easily replace with a small digital circuit. Okay, both of them they will implement the same Boolean function. So this is the reason we simplify a Boolean function. For example, on your screen, look at this function and look at this function. Let me tell you, they are same. If you simplify this function, you will get this function. But notice one thing. For this function, if you create the digital circuit, you will get a big digital circuit. But for this equivalent simplified function, if you create a digital circuit, you will get a small function. You will get a small circuit. So this is the reason, remember, we do the simplification of Boolean function. Because when you simplify the Boolean function, then basically the big logical circuit we can replace with small digital circuit. I hope you understood. Okay. Let's see the next topic, that is by case method. To quickly solve some Boolean function related questions. So we have already seen that if you have a Boolean expression related question, then you can easily solve it using the Boolean algebra laws. Okay. But there is another method to quickly solve some of the Boolean function related question, that is by case method. And this is a very simple method actually. If you look at any Boolean function over these three variables x, y, z, let's assume there is a Boolean function f, x, y, z, some Boolean function you have. Okay. Now, what we can do, we can basically divide this truth table into two cases, only two cases, because remember the method is by case method. Okay. So this truth table over these three variables x, y, z, I can divide this into two cases. If you notice one thing, look at the first four rows. In the first four rows, you can notice x is 0. Look at the first four rows. There you have x equal to 0. In the last four rows, you have x equal to 1. So did you notice that the truth table I can divide into two cases? One case is x equal to 0, another case is x equal to 1. So very simple that I can create two cases I can create. One case will be x equal to 0. This will be the case 1. And another case will be x equal to 1. Okay, do you agree with me? And this makes sense. Why this makes sense? Because x is a Boolean variable. Okay, x is a Boolean variable, so either it can be 0 or it can be 1. There is no other value. Do you agree with me? Because any Boolean variable if you take, that will be either 0 or it will be 1. So remember, for any Boolean function, I can create two cases. Either x will be 0 or x will be 1. Because this x is a Boolean variable, so either it will be 0 or it will be 1. There is no other possibility. So these two cases I can create. Very simple. Remember, I can also do the same thing from the y point of view. If you look at y, then again I can divide this truth table into two cases. This red, because y is also a Boolean variable, so either it will be 0 or it will be 1. So again I can create two cases, remember. Okay, case 1. Case 1 will be when y is 0. And what is case 2? You can see case 2 is when y is 1. So the truth table I can divide into two cases, y equal to 0, y equal to 1. So case 2, that is y equal to 1. And this makes sense because y is a Boolean variable, so either it will be 0 or it will be 1. No other value is possible. So two cases I can create, that is y equal to 0 or y equal to 1. So remember, you can create cases from x point of view or you can create cases from y point of view, because x, y, z all are Boolean variables. So from any variable point of view, you can create cases. Two cases will be there. Either z will be 0 or z will be 1, because z is also what? Z is also a Boolean variable, so either it will be 0 or it will be 1. So again, there will be two cases. You can create cases from z point of view. If you don't want to create cases from x point of view, y point of view, then you can create cases from z point of view. What will be the case? Two cases. Case 1, that will be z equal to 0. And what will be case 2? That will be z equal to 1. Very simple. So from any variable point of view, you can create cases. Very simple. Let's solve this GATE CSE 2008 question. If P, Q, R are Boolean variables, then this expression simplifies to which expression? This question you can solve by multiple methods. So let me first solve this question by the by case method. The best way to solve this type of question where you have three or more variables. Here we have P, Q, R, three variables. So the best method is actually by case method. So you can create two cases and then you can see, then you can eliminate options and you can solve this question. So let me tell you here, this expression that is given to you, let me call it x. This is the given expression, that is P or Q bar and P Q bar or PR. P Q bar or PR. And you can see P Q bar or PR and P bar, R bar or Q bar. P bar, R bar, or Q bar. Okay, so this is the X. Now here you can notice one thing. Here I can take P out, right? Notice here I can take P out. So okay, so that you can do if you want. So P you can take it out here. So ultimately you will get Q bar or R, and here P bar, R bar, or Q bar. Okay, that's it. Now remember, the question is asking that this expression that you have, this simplifies to which expression? So you can solve this question using the by case method. You can create two cases, because remember, this P is a Boolean variable, so either it will be 0 or it will be 1. Okay, so this P, this is a Boolean variable, either it will be 0 or it will be 1. So two cases you can create. One case is P equal to 0, another case is P equal to 1. Notice one thing, if this expression is equivalent to some expression, then remember, in both the cases, both the expressions must give the same output. Yes or no? You already know that if you have two expressions, let's assume there is alpha, there is beta. If they are equivalent, what that simply means? It simply means that if you create two cases, like if you create P equal to 0, P equal to 1, if two cases you create, then in both the cases they must be equivalent. Okay, if two expressions are equivalent, then in all the cases they must be equivalent. So very simple point here. So here you can create two cases. The first case is the case number 1, that is P equal to 0, and the case number 2, that is P equal to 1. Okay, because P is a Boolean variable, so either it will be 0 or 1. So only two cases are possible, no other case is possible. One case is possible where P is 0, another case is possible where P is equal to 1. So if P equal to 0, clearly you can see 0 and anything that will be equal to 0. So remember, when P equal to 0, then X will be equal to 0. Okay, so here we notice one thing, that P equal to 0, then X will be equal to 0. This let's call it X. I am calling it X. So now you can notice that when P equal to 0, then X is equal to 0. Now you just see which option is gone. Which option can you eliminate? If I put P equal to 0, I must get 0. If I put P equal to 0. But notice one thing, in the option D, what I will get? If I put P equal to 0, then what I will get? Just tell me. When P equal to 0, then what will be this option D? This option D will be equal to Q. But what it should be? It should be 0. Yes or no? So option D is eliminated. What about option C? What about option C? Again, you notice, when P equal to 0, then what will be option C? That will be same as R. But actually it should be 0. So you can see the given expression, when P equal to 0, then the given expression is 0. But when P equal to 0, then option C is R, option D is Q. So they are eliminated. Option C, D are gone. Okay. Now let's see what happens if P equal to 1. If P equal to 1, then what will be the value of X? Remember, this will be 1. 1 or anything, that will be 1. So 1 and 1, that is 1. This will become 0. So here basically you will get, remember, this P bar will become 0. 0 and anything, that will be 0. So from here you will get Q bar. So actually it will happen like this, Q bar, and from here you will get Q bar or R. Okay, if you see here, you can multiply inside, you will get Q bar or Q bar R. You can apply the absorption law here. Okay, using the absorption law, it will become Q bar. So remember, when P equal to 1, then X is equal to Q bar. So this also you can see that when P equal to 1, then X should be equal to Q bar. Now you see which option is gone. When P is equal to 1, then actually option B is gone, because in the option B, you can notice that when P is 1, then option B will be R bar. Yes or no? When P equal to 1, then option B actually will be equal to R bar. So that is the reason option A is correct answer. I hope you understood. So this is method number 1 to solve this question. That is by case method. You can create two cases, P equal to 0, P equal to 1, because P is a Boolean variable. So you can create two cases and you can solve this question. Let's see another method to solve this question, that is using the Boolean algebra laws. So this X that is given to us, this expression is P or Q bar. Next, what we have? We have P bar, Q bar, or PR. Next, what we have? P bar, R bar, or Q bar. P bar, R bar, or Q bar. Okay. So let's see here. What we can do? We can first multiply this. Okay, let's do this and this. Let's multiply them. So if you multiply them, then you will get P Q bar. So it will be simply P Q bar. Okay, yes or no? You can see P Q bar, that will be simply P Q bar, or P P R, that will be simply P R, or Q bar P Q bar, that will be simply P Q bar, or Q bar P R, that will be simply P Q bar R. Okay. Now, another thing you notice, we have P Q bar here, we have P Q bar here, we have P Q bar here. So you can apply the absorption law. Okay, remember here we have P bar, R bar, or Q bar also. Okay, so you notice one thing, here you can apply the absorption law. P Q bar here also, inside this also you have P Q bar. So if you apply the absorption law, then you will get P Q bar or PR. Okay, and P bar, R bar, or Q bar. Okay, now again what you can do, you can multiply these. So you can see P Q bar, P bar, R bar, that will be 0, because P bar, P bar will be equal to 0. So P Q bar with this, that will be 0. P Q bar with Q bar, that will be P Q bar, or P R, remember P bar, that will be again 0. P R with Q bar, that will be P Q bar R. Now again here you can notice we have P Q bar here, P Q bar here. You can apply the absorption law, and finally you will get P Q bar. So this is the answer, P Q bar. So for this question, answer will be option A. Very simple. Let's solve this GATE CS 2017 question. If W, X, Y, Z are Boolean variables, then which of the following is incorrect? Four options are given to us. To solve this question, either you can apply the by-case method or you can apply the Boolean algebra laws. Anything is fine. For this question particularly, I think that by-case method will be much easier, because you have to check all the four options. In 2017, actually, this was MCQ question. So once you get one correct answer, then you can stop. But if it is MSQ question, then it will take a lot of time, because you have to check all the four options, right? Okay, anyway, so let's solve this question by multiple methods. First, we will apply the by-case method, and then we will apply the algebraic simplification, that is using the Boolean algebra laws, we will simplify. We will see. So let's see option A. In option A, the question is saying, is this equation correct or not? The question is asking that W, X, Y, Z, these are the Boolean variables. Which of the following is incorrect? So in the option A, one equation is given to us, that is WX or WX or Y, WX or Y, or XX or Y. Is this equal to? We need to check, is this equal to X or WY? Okay. Actually, here you can simply apply the simplification rule if you want. That is actually much easier. But if you want, you can apply the by case method also. So let's see by the method 1. Method 1 is by case method. Let's solve this by case method. So two cases you can create, because W is a Boolean variable. So there will be two cases, either W will be 0 or W will be 1. Yes or no? So remember, there are two cases possible, either W will be 0 or W will be 1. These are the two cases possible. Now tell me, when W is 0, then what will be LHS? When W is 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. And finally, here you will get X, X or Y, X, X or Y. This also I can further simplify. Actually, it will become X or XY, and you can apply the absorption law and it will become X. So LHS will be X if you apply the absorption law. What will be RHS? If W is equal to 0, then this will be 0, and RHS is also X. Yes or no? So remember, when W is equal to 0, then LHS is also X, RHS is also X. So it is fine. So far, there is nothing wrong here. Okay, so far, this equation, so far it looks correct. Now let's see, what happens if W equal to 1? Then what will be LHS? If W is equal to 1, then LHS will be X, or W is 1. So it will be X or Y, or X or XY. Now you can easily notice, we have X here, X here, X here, X here. You can apply the absorption law. And by the absorption law, you will get X or Y. Yes or no? What about the RHS? In the RHS also, if you put W equal to 1, then it will become X or Y. So remember one thing, whether you take W equal to 0 or you take W equal to 1, LHS, RHS, they are same. So that's it. So I can say that option A, this is actually true. Okay, is this clear? Or if you want the same option A, you can check using the Boolean algebra laws. So let's see what this LHS will become. It will become WX, or here you will get WX or WY, or x or xy, because what will be xx? Xx will be x. Now you can notice they are basically same. So I can say it will be like wx or wy, or here you can apply the absorption law, you will get x. Again, here I can apply the absorption law, I will get x or wy. That's it. This is the RHS. This is same as the RHS. Okay, so remember, option A is definitely, I can say, that is actually true. The question is asking what is correct, what is incorrect. Actually, option A is basically correct, but the question is asking incorrect. So let's see the next option. That is option number B. So let's see the option B. Option B is Wx bar, Wx bar. Then there is Y or Z bar, Y or Z bar, whole bar. There is whole bar here, or W bar X, or W bar X. This is the LHS that is given to you. Is this same as the RHS? RHS is W bar or X or Y bar Z. Okay, so let's see. Again, here you can solve this question by two methods. This option B. Okay, so let's apply the method number one, that is by case method. Let's apply method number one, that is by case. Okay, so you can create two cases, because all these w, x, y, z, these are boolean variables. Every boolean variable is either 0 or 1, so two cases are possible. These two cases I can create like this, that okay, either w will be 0 or w will be 1. Only two cases are possible. If w equal to 0, then what is LHS? See, if w is 0, then this whole thing will be 0. 0 negation will be 1. It will be like 1 or w bar x. 1 or anything that will be 1. So this is the LHS. What about RHS? If W is 0, then this will be 1. 1 or anything that will be 1. So you can see when W is 0, then LHS, RHS both are basically same. So far, there is no problem with this equation. Now let's see. If W is equal to 1, then what will be LHS? So remember, if W is equal to 1, then this will be 0. This whole thing will be 0. So if W is equal to 1, then basically it will become X bar, Y or Z bar, whole bar. Okay, and that is same as X or Y bar Z. Okay, X or Y bar Z. If you apply the De Morgan law, you will get X or Y bar Z. Now what about RHS? If you put W equal to 1, then it will become 0. It will become X or Y bar Z. So you can see they are basically same. So if you take W equal to 0, then also LHS, RHS are same. If you take W equal to 1, then also LHS, RHS are same. So I can say this is basically correct. I hope you understood. Again, this option B you can solve using the Boolean algebra simplification also. So let's apply the Boolean algebra simplification method number 2. What is method number 2? That is algebraic simplification. So if you apply the algebraic simplification, then look at LHS. Let's simplify the LHS. So here you can apply the De Morgan law. So what you will get? You will basically get W bar or X or Y bar Z. And here you already have W bar X. Now notice one thing. Here you have W bar. Here you have W bar. W bar, W bar. So you can apply the De Morgan law and it will become basically W bar or X or Y bar Z. That's it. This is your RHS. Okay. So remember option B, that is also correct. So far we have seen that option A, B, these are basically correct. This is also correct. This is also correct. The question is asking for incorrect, but option A, B are actually correct. Now let's see option C. Option C is basically Wx bar, Wx bar. Inside what you have? Y or X Z bar, Y or X Z bar, or Y W bar X bar, and this whole thing multiplied by Y. Okay. Now, and the RHS is X bar X Y bar. Okay. So let's see whether this equation is correct or not. So first of all, here You can notice, you can multiply. Okay, what you are going to get? Notice one thing, this x bar. Okay, anyway, you can just multiply. Inside what you will get? You will get wx bar y, or if you multiply this wx bar with this xz bar, then x bar and x, that will be 0. Okay, so remember, if you multiply this, then ultimately you are going to get wx bar y or w bar x bar, and already there is y here. So now you can again multiply this y inside. So what you will get? You will get wx bar y or w bar x bar y. Okay, now notice this x bar y, I can take it out. X bar y, I can take it out. Inside I will get w or w bar, that will be 1. So that is basically x bar y, and that is not same as RHS. Yes or no? That is not same as RHS. So remember, actually this is wrong. So that's it. We found that option D, option C is actually incorrect. This is what we found. The question was asking for incorrect, and yes, option C is actually incorrect. So the answer for this question will be option C. But you can check option D also. So let's check it out. For option D, remember, we have W or Y. What we have? WXY or WYZ? WXY or WYZ. Is this equal to WXY or WYZ? Okay, so let's solve it. Again, you can just multiply this. So this W you will multiply with this, with this. So what you are going to get? You are going to get WXY or WYZ. This Y you will multiply with this and this. So again, you will get WXY or WYZ. Now you can easily see WXY or WXY, that will be same as WXY. Also, you can notice that WYZ, that will be same as WYZ. So that is same as your RHS. Okay, so that's it. So remember, this is also actually correct. Okay, so the only answer is option C. So remember, for this question, the answer that will be option C. So that's it. Very easily you can solve this GATE 2017 question. Okay. So I hope you understood each and every question that we have discussed in this session. I hope you understood each and every question. So we have done a lot of practice. Now, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Please share your feedback. Thank you.